One summer, a young boy went to visit his grandfather in the village. They spent every day together playing games, telling stories, and laughing under the sun. One evening, as they sat on the porch, the boy looked up and said, "Grandpa, when I grow up, I want to be a successful man. Can you tell me how to become one?" His grandfather smiled warmly and nodded. "Yes, my boy, I'll show you." The next morning, they went to a nearby nursery. Grandpa bought 2 small plants. When they returned home, he planted one in a small pot and placed it inside the house. The other he planted outside, directly into the soil in the yard. Then Grandpa asked, "Tell me, which plant do you think will grow better in the future?" The boy thought for a moment and said, "The one inside the house. It's protected from storms, sunlight, and animals. It's safe." Grandfather simply smiled and said, "Let's wait and see." That summer ended, and the boy went back home with his parents. 4 years later, the boy returned to visit his grandfather again. Now, older and curious, he said, "Grandpa, I asked you years ago how to become successful. You never gave me a clear answer. Please tell me now." Grandfather smiled and said, "I will, but first, let's go check on those 2 plants." He led the boy inside the house where the first plant had been kept in the pot. It had grown, but only a little. It was still fragile, its leaves small, its roots bound by the size of the pot. Then Grandpa took him outside to where the second plant had been planted. The boy's eyes widened. In its place now stood a tall, magnificent tree. Its branches stretched wide, its roots dug deep into the earth, and its shade provided comfort to anyone passing by. "Which one grew more?" asked the grandfather. "The one outside," the boy replied. "But how? It faced storms, heat, and danger." Grandfather gently placed a hand on his grandson's shoulder. "Exactly. That tree grew stronger because it faced difficulties. The sunlight, the wind, even the storm soul of them helped it grow. Its roots had the freedom to stretch deep, and its struggles made it resilient." He paused, then added, "Always remember this, my child. If you only choose the safe and comfortable path, your growth will be limited. But if you face challenges, take risks, and learn from failures, you will grow stronger and go further than you ever imagined." The boy stood quietly, gazing at the mighty tree. In that moment, he understood. Obstacles, the very things we fear, are not our enemies. They are our teachers. Like a game where each level gets harder, life throws challenges at us to help us grow. And just like in a game, the fun and growth come not from avoiding the hard parts, but from overcoming them. So the next time life throws a storm your way, remember the tree, face your challenges, embrace discomfort, keep growing. Success doesn't come from avoiding the wind, it comes from learning to stand tall in the middle of it.